That was me. Sorry.
Live from the Winter Wonderlands, it's the Geek Show.
Oh,
Simply
thank you.
Having.
What?
Simply having.
Wow.
Now, I've got the list of what's happening on the show today in front of me, but I can guarantee you what won't be happening on the show today is we're not going to let Rebecca sing anymore. Terribly sorry. Let's begin. Oh,
Boom, got it.
Wow, interesting. Okay, looks like we don't get pictures today either.
I kid.
I like how you were just like insult, roll that clip.
The drum, the rim shot, of the insult. Hi, everybody. Oh, look at everyone. Well, except for Jay.
It's Wade Jittiker, I'm telling you.
Wade Jittiker is sitting in the dark.
Yeah.
Are you okay? I'm worried about you.
Yeah, I'm good.
You look like a Sith Lord.
Okay.
I am. Maybe I am. Hey guys, I got this new job. A lot of benefits. A lot of uniforms to wear.
It's Jay Sithiker, ladies and gentlemen. He's on tour. Jay Whitaker.
Hey, what's going on? Come see me
gigs.
December 29th through the 31st. Wise Guys, Jordan Landing. If you're in the Utah area and want to consume some dick jokes, let's go.
All right.
WiseGuysComedy.com.
Thank you, Jay. Rebecca Frost.
Hey.
I kid, Rebecca.
I know. At least I didn't immediately ruin everybody's Whamageddon streak like first thing in the morning this week.
I got so much hate for that. To which I just replied, look, I saved you the trouble of stressing about it, didn't I?
Rude.
What's a Whamageddon?
Oh, you haven't played Whamageddon?
You've never played Whamageddon?
I've never heard this word before.
You try to go as long as you can through the month of December without hearing that Wham song.
What Wham song?
Last Christmas, I gave you my heart.
So you just
This
ruined
doesn't
it
count.
for a lot of
This
people.
doesn't
No, actually, he didn't, because it
that
has to
doesn't
be the
count.
original version.
It has
Okay.
to be the version, which I was just sticking in between like sports casts and things on the show. Just 20 seconds of it, just enough to. Man, the hate I got.
A furor I saw.
I
Folks,
just learned so much.
I'm going to continue doing it this week, so just be warned. All right. Quad T has never heard of Whamageddon.
I know what it is now.
You do now.
I'm in the loop. Check me out on Twitter at QuadTTony or on Geek Show Arcade and Geek Show Help Desk in this same feed.
Indeed, right here. And ladies and gentlemen, allow me to introduce. This is a big announcement. The newest member of the Geek Show family. People have said, that Robert Neal should be permanent on the show. And I talked to him about it this week. He fasted and prayed, and he got back to me on Wednesday and said, yes, I'll join your family. So, ladies and gentlemen, our newest member, Robert Neal.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Thank you.
So Robert will be here with his encyclopedic knowledge of comics, and also
Love to
he's
see it. Love to see it.
and another DC fan for Tony to talk to.
Thank you.
I got to witness.
You know
I got to
what?
witness firsthand this
I want to
week
be down
when
by
I was
Rob. There we go.
when I was visiting Rob this week. His girls came into the room and I was like, "Hey, I'm told I have to convince you to go see the Marvels," and they were like, "Yeah, we're not going to do that." And I immediately was like,
You could see the physical effect that it had on Rebecca immediately. Just like, oh, my heart.
I did not know how to react.
Even telling them that there's kitties in it, that didn't help.
Yeah. Even
Meh,
and
meh.
the funny thing was, Vanessa's like, Diana's like, I'm a dog person.
I was like, you can be
just no
both.
pause.
You can be both. I have both.
Yeah, my kids,
Oh, wow.
everybody.
So harsh.
And our host ruining Whamageddon for everybody. It's Carrie Jackson.
That's what I do. Monday through Friday, 6 to 10, x96.com, unless you're seriously playing Whamageddon. Don't listen.
It's a very serious thing, apparently. I'm just learning about it.
I'm
thought
amazed that you've gone this long without knowing about it.
Yeah, that's
What can I say? I don't talk to a lot of people.
true. All right, where do we begin?
And Tony's over here throwing me shade for not having friends.
Oh my gosh.
I posted on Twitter that I was going to go see Godzilla -1, and in the lobby area there was me and like seriously 3 other like individual people waiting for their individual friend groups. And I was like, I gotta like strike up a conversation with these people because we all obviously have something in common. And Tony was like, "What? That you guys have no friends?"
No. That you pretend to have friends.
So does that mean that you're going to review Godzilla -1 for us?
Absolutely.
At the end of the show. Great. I can't wait to hear. All right. We did get some trailers. A lot of them dropped this morning.
Oh, big trailer week.
But let's start with Furiosa. This is Anya Taylor-Joy as the young version of the character from Fury Road. Fury Road, one of the great action movies of all time. I Will Fight You. It really is, I think.
It rules.
It is.
It really is.
But
you're on track.
And George Miller directed this. That old coot. He's out in the desert directing. The trailer gives us some lines of text to set up. 45 years after the collapse, a young Furiosa is taken from her family. She will devote the rest of her life finding her way home. This is her odyssey.
Oh my gosh, it's E.T.
And then we see, there's all kinds of images here, but Chris Hemsworth is in this movie. Yeah, that's him.
Wow.
Wearing, I think, the Bradley Cooper prosthetic from the Maestro
From Maestro.
movie.
Yeah. What the heck?
But he doesn't. I think this is a comedic role. I think because
I hope he's taken some notes from some like Daniel Radcliffe and Nicholas Holtz, right? Of hey, be a weird little guy. Things are gonna get real good for you if you lean into being a weird little guy. I know you're a big guy, but try being a weird little guy.
He did great in the Ghostbusters role.
Oh, I
He
thought
wasn't a weird little guy in that. He was a himbo.
He was kind of weird too, but
it's funny. He has terrible grammar, so that's why I think he's playing it comedically. Ladies and gentlemen, he says on a microphone. But the War Boys are back, and Morton Joe is back, young Morton Joe. So let's see show me what you got. May 24th of 2024.
It was hard to pick like specific images to use for today because everything in the trailer looked so cool.
There's a lot of great stuff in this trailer. I got high hopes for it. So does my attorney at Brass. He loves Fury Road. So we'll see.
Well, the real question is how much mother's milk will be featured in this movie.
That'd be gross, Tony.
Yeah, that
Interesting.
was way to make it weird, man.
I'm leaning into it.
Hemsworth's character's name in this is Warlord Dementus.
That's awesome.
Okay.
All right. Now another trailer we got this one just this morning.
Oh, baby.
Is Fallout. Now, you guys have played the games. I have not played the games. I was told that I would love the games because it's got that retro Atomic Age stuff.
You would love it.
I love that look, and the music apparently is amazing as well. But Amazon Prime released their first teaser for Fallout. Based on the video game. 2.5-minute teaser. Because there's some convention happening in Sao Paulo, Brazil right now. That's why we're getting them this morning. We also got a bunch of other trailers that we won't have time to get to today. But I loved the introductions because it said, the title card said, it's from the studio behind The Boys and free 2-day shipping.
I can't tell
Amazon.
if it's supposed to be comedic or not.
Right. I was like, I'm
supposed to be
confused, but continue.
But it's Amazon. Free 2-day shipping.
Yeah.
But it plays Nat King Cole's I Don't Want to See Tomorrow for the soundtrack. Again, that's some of my favorite music is of that period. 200 years after a nuclear apocalypse is where it's set. And we've got now this is brought by Lisa Joy and Jonathan Nolan. Now they are the creators of the Westworld HBO TV series, which is genius.
Oh yeah.
So they're behind this. Amazon. So you got Ella Purnell from Yellow Jackets right there.
Okay.
She is Lucy, a vault dweller who leaves the safety of her longtime home and whose idealistic notions are tested when people harm her loved ones. You also get a good look at Walton Goggins playing the Ghoul, bounty hunter
Oh, wow.
on the surface. Yeah, so he's got the whole Red Skull thing happening.
Really like
Thank you,
tamed
Carrie.
down from the video games though. Like if you look at the evolution
Very.
of the ghouls in the video games, like they get more and more. They just look like light burn victims.
Well, there's a flashback in this trailer where he doesn't have that deformity happening with his face. He's just Walton
He
Goggins.
looked good too. He got that salt and pepper hair.
Oh yeah.
Okay.
So in the games, the ghouls basically look like straight up zombies, but
Yeah.
they're sentient and have
They're just
control
they're
over
people.
everything.
They're just people.
They're just people, but they're also super long lived. Like they have a lifespan that measures in centuries.
Oh. So, this is 200 years after a nuclear apocalypse. So maybe this is him aging. Oh, and what are these called? These armor suits?
Power suits.
Power suits?
That's probably the Brotherhood of Steel.
Mm.
And they're an organization that goes around
Carrie-
kind of policing the world.
Carrie, you should play New Vegas. I think
You'd
you would
like
like
New
New
Vegas.
Vegas.
It's good.
Yeah.
I could probably find a used Xbox One version of it somewhere, right?
I mean,
If not, you can find a new one super cheap too. I mean,
yeah.
Yeah.
April 12th on Prime Video is when that premieres. And the trailer looked great. Tony, I know you don't watch trailers usually, but I think you should with that one. And
I'm gonna
there's
check it out.
that's Kyle MacLachlan right there.
Also, Amazon Prime also released. I watched most of it. There's an hour-long Galaxy News broadcast, air quotes broadcast. That is actually quite funny. I watched most of it, but it's more of like that ambient, like you just put it on in the background and listen to it while you do other stuff. But it's a journalist talking about from one of the vaults, like, oh, we're gonna open the vaults, and like as it goes on, it's actually quite humorous, and it overlays with like a lot of music from the video game too. I recommend you watch it. It's on YouTube.
Definitely going to check that out.
Cool.
Now, another thing we got this week, and this one kind of snuck in. I told Lee about it. I'll tell you, I got a Lee update coming, but I told Lee about it, and he sounded actually quite excited about this. There's a trailer for Suicide Squad Isekai. Now, this is a Japanese animation, and it's very much anime of the DC Comics characters, including, as you can see, Peacemaker is there as well. I saw Joker in here, Clayface.
It looks like
Dead-
Harley Quinn right in the
Harley
middle.
Quinn's there. King Shark is there. And the whole Suicide Squad team. I had no idea that this was being produced, and I wonder if James Gunn knows.
I don't think that I've ever seen anything mentioned about this.
This
It's
looks like
really-
a Super Smash Brothers font.
It does.
It does, doesn't it?
Yes, it does.
It
But,
does. No, like yeah.
100%.
But go watch it. It's Japanese with English subtitles, and it's you can't get much more anime than what I saw.
Like it was so like I watched the trailer for this. It was so anime that I was like, oh, this is not for me at all.
Uh-oh.
Yeah, and Joker was there as well, but that will be released sometime in 2024. Whether it'll be
Hold on, egg with breaking news.
Yes.
Isekai is a genre of anime where the character gets pulled into a fantasy or virtual world. Okay, so this makes a little more sense.
okay.
I don't want it.
Got enough trouble going on in my own world. I
Yeah,
don't need to go to
yeah.
some
I'm like,
virtual
nah,
world.
don't
You don't
want
need
it.
to be pulled into another
Yeah.
world.
Yeah, this,
I'm good, thanks.
I think I agree
I
with
just
you,
wanna-
Jay.
yeah. I'm just like, yeah. See, look at this.
Well-
Yeah, look at this.
Yeah, I mean,
Hold
if you're a fan of anime, you're probably going to love
Hold on,
it.
let me add that. There we
What
go.
do we got here?
It's the same. It's the same
The
thing.
font is super dead on. Holy
is
It's the same.
Super
I was
Smash
like, why?
Brothers.
Because that's why I thought I was like, is this a Suicide Squad, fighting game, or what is it?
No,
Which
because
would
the
be
fighting
great too.
game is Kill the Justice League,
that.
Yeah,
which
yeah.
is due out fairly soon, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah, I hope it's good.
We also this morning got a season 4 trailer for The Boys, and it scared me.
I don't know if I can watch this.
I'll be honest with you, Tony. I was filled with dread watching it because, again, this show mirrors our political climate here a little too much.
Well, just
Yeah.
look at the last 10 minutes of Gen V and,
Yeah.
and let that marinate. You know?
Again, I enjoy these shows, but it kind of depresses me because it's
I like these shows, but at what cost?
exactly. The footage teases political chaos in a world being potentially torn apart, much to the delight of Homelander there. Remember, Homelander is not the hero of this show.
Guys.
Okay?
He's the
I'm
bad
talking.
guy
I'm
now.
talking to
We
you.
have to remind you.
I'm talking to you, Elon. All right.
The thing about the boys, though, is the guy that hates Homelander the most and is trying to take him down, he's not the hero either.
No,
Billy
Yeah.
Butcher, he's not a good guy either.
They're
Oh, but
not-
Jeffrey Dean Morgan shows back up.
yeah, he's joining the show.
Okay.
Let's see. So here's the official description. In season 4, the world is on the brink. Victoria Newman is closer than ever to the Oval Office and under the muscly thumb of Homelander, who is consolidating his power. Butcher, with only months to live, has lost Becca's son as well as his job as the boys' leader. The rest of the team are fed up with his lies. With the stakes higher than ever, they have to find a way to work together to save the world before it's too late. So go and watch that. Yeah.
I think
Brett's
Gen
right.
V's going to stop them.
Well, I hope they join up. A mighty boys team up. Brett is right. If Homelander is your hero, then you are the problem. And speaking of the boys, our favorite Diego Luna is got together with the writer of Blue Beetle, and they're going to do The Boys Mexico.
With
Another spin-off.
Gael Garcia Bernal. I can never remember his name.
Is he joining?
Yeah, he's part of it.
I didn't have any information on him joining, but it says they're both. It says they're both open to appearing on the show in more limited roles, but they are producing. There are no scripts yet, but this is all they want to make. The Boys Mexico. Looks like it's going to happen. No details on plot or timeline, so it's unclear specifically.
Is Amazon Prime turning into VOT TV? I mean, we're just getting
Yeah.
a whole bunch of.
Yeah.
All right, there you go.
This is what it will be.
That's what
That
it
is
will be.
funny.
Boys,
That's
the
actually
boys,
pretty-
Mexico.
That's pretty. Man, that's accurate.
So anyway, so those are the trailers that we got this week. Before we get into news, a Lee George Cade update. Now, I want to point out, first of all, we did welcome Robert at the beginning of the show. I don't want people to misunderstand anything. Lee is not being replaced. He will be on the show when he gets better,
Yeah.
which will be months.
Yep.
And I'm not exaggerating. I went to see Lee yesterday. It seems like we get 2 steps forward, 1 steps back in his recovery. He was there was an applesauce incident,
Lee and applesauce, man.
to put it mildly.
Well, Carrie said there's an applesauce recall.
I know.
yeah,
I just
sorry
had
about
some.
but he had a little too much applesauce, I guess, and he got sick, and that induced some dementia, and not a good time. But by the time I saw him on Friday, he was back kind of up to where he was a week ago after the setbacks. So it is a slow recovery, and we're all pulling for him. Everybody's asking, what can I do? What can I bring the family? What can I do for them? And I keep saying the same thing. The best thing you can do is give money to the Venmo. If everybody who watches this show gave like $5, it would just be incredibly helpful. Everybody who listens just gave $5. That would really, really help the case, because we're talking months and months of recovery here for Lee. He's going to need some home health care as well once he gets out of the hospital. He's been in the hospital for over a month now. That ain't cheap. So use that Venmo. Look at all of our social medias. We're all resending the Venmo QR code, and just look for it. It's on our Facebooks and our Twitters, and somebody put it on Instagram as well, our Instagram. And just help if you can. Like I said, if everybody just gave $5, that would help. So spread the QR code on your social medias as well. Go to our social media and repost it wherever it is that you do your socials. Also, Geekshow.store. I got a report from somebody who got their hoodies. It's like quick. It happens
nice.
pretty quickly. But if you're thinking of giving them for the holidays, now would be the time.
Okay.
So Geekshow.store. The hoodies are in. They are beautiful. Also, we're running out of those fashion doll adjacent versions. So, yeah, go and take a look at those. There's the hoodie. Nice looking. So pick those up. Also, don't forget our Patreon, geekshowgotthiscovered.com. That helps the show along, and we get you some secret stuff. And my time closet videos this coming weeks, you're going to see my holiday tree, and we're going to take a look at some other Star Wars stuff that I have that's very, very old coming up. So time closet videos, they'll be released when Tony releases them.
They're all scheduled.
They're all scheduled?
Every Tuesday for the next couple of weeks, there'll be a new time closet video.
Excellent. All right. So, yeah, there you go. All right, back to the news. Alien news. I love the Alien franchise.
Oh?
And we're getting...
Whoa.
There it is, Romulus. That's Alien Romulus. That's the next movie.
Followed by Alien Remus.
Yes.
Followed by Alien Vulcan.
I mean, okay, can we discuss this headshot for a minute? Like, that's a good look. Like, honestly, that's a professional.
Here's the
that's an
thing.
executive headshot.
I just found this on Google, and I can't not confirm or deny if this is AI.
It looks AI to me, but anyway.
I don't know. It looks good though. It looks like
it's
that.
Definitely AI. Look at the third spine down. It's got two
You can
weird
always
things
tell.
pointed in weird directions. It's still
always
looks
tell.
cool though.
I just got excited because they finally look like they have they're sentient and they have names. Like this guy looked. It's Dave. That's Dave.
Dave Alien.
The alien.
Yeah.
Dave the xenomorph.
Yeah. It's
Dave
just
Omorph.
They've evolved.
No, it's Dave
They have-
X Enomorph.
Right.
Yeah, that's right. Dave X Enomorph.
Let me write that down. Dave X Enomorph. All right.
It looks like he's about to run a staff meeting. Like,
Can everyone see my screen?
So here's what we learned. Fede Alvarez is directing it. It's going to be released in 2024. But we did get a timeline. We know who's going to be in it. We don't know the characters, what the deal is, but we do know the timeline. It's supposed to slot in between the first movie and the second movie. So
Okay.
Ripley will not be in it because, as we all know, between the first and the second movies, it's like 45 years takes place. And she's frozen with the cat on her chest, coming back home.
Oh, she's in cryo. Yeah.
She's in cryo. So that's when it takes place. It's between the first Alien and Aliens, the James Cameron film. And apparently they called up the special effects people from the James Cameron film, from Aliens, and said the same people who built those xenomorphs came on and built for this movie. So you're going to see more practical effects as opposed to
It's like when the
CG.
Jim Henson Company gets involved with stuff.
Nice.
But it's 57 years that Ellen Ripley was frozen. So that's when this takes place. We also found out that Noah Hawley's Alien show, which is coming out this week, has added a cast member. Timothy Olyphant is going to be on it.
yeah.
Indeed. So this is, he's now Cobb Vanth, and now he's going to be in Aliens. This is the TV series. It is 70 years into our future is the timeline. So this one's even before the first movie. It explores corporations using artificial intelligence and technology to offer immortality. It'll also feature somehow the iconic xenomorphs. Okay. How it fits in, we don't know. Okay. But it will be in 2024 because he has finished up his current season of Fargo and is working on it.
That's my favorite kind of horror, the one that's very plausible and maybe only a few decades away for us. I love it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Or The Boys right now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm not sure if it was Stan Winston, because Stan's long gone, I believe. But it's his people, I guess, that worked on the James Cameron show that came in to work on this. All right. Other news that we got. Loki creator Michael Waldron has been handed the keys to Avengers Kang Dynasty.
Whoa.
Okay.
That's a logical next step.
Well, I mean, he understands the timey-wimey stuff
Exactly.
and was able to make it reasonably understandable.
You know what about this guy, though? When I was looking for pictures for this, he has this one pose, this one smile, and that's it. Like every single picture I
Consistency.
found was just
Consistency,
this
Rebecca.
look.
Exactly. So he is the key architect of the multiverse saga. Waldron entered the Marvel fold as the creator of Loki, went on to write Doctor Strange and the Multiverse of Madness. He was also the scribe behind Secret Wars, which will follow Kang Dynasty. Kang is due May 1st, maybe, of 2026.
Oh, 2026.
Yeah.
Okay.
Where Secret Wars has a release date of May 7th, 2027.
So, on the Multiverse of Madness front,
Yes.
there's a thing that I saw online this week with Elizabeth Olsen going, yeah, when we were doing WandaVision and they were doing Multiverse of Madness, they didn't look at anything we did. And that's why Wanda is so different between the two shows. And if this is the guy who's responsible for Wanda 2 Electric Boogaloo, so to speak, why not give us a little taste of why has Wanda gone so far off the deep end between what we saw her at the end of WandaVision, where she's kind of seeking redemption, but she still does have the Darkhold and just the full-blown, I'm a villain now.
Yeah.
Thank you very much.
I mean, if she even comes back, like, do we think she's even going to come back?
No.
I
And they've
hope
said that
not.
the 616 Wanda is gone.
Oh, she is dead. Okay.
They confirmed that she is dead.
She's
So
gone.
I am now curious to see if they bring the 838 Wanda into 616 for two reasons. One, she's going to be really hated on Earth 838 because everybody's going to see her going through and killing the Illuminati.
Yep.
And two, the other side of it would be giving the appearance of the 616 Wanda getting a redemptive arc and getting the redemption that she sought at the end of WandaVision. Since she's the less tainted Wanda, so to speak.
All right.
Less tainted.
Go ahead, Jay.
No, I'm for this. You know me, I'm a classic Wanda hater on this, but I'm all about a Wanda redemption tour where basically she just goes to impoverished and disenfranchised communities and does some community service in black neighborhoods. You know, just she go,
I'm serious about that.
There we go.
yeah, like start there. Go to Wakanda, even though they're doing just fine, but
I was
just
gonna
say,
say.
hey, they're doing just fine, and just say, hey, sorry, I didn't help out at all. Like, I just, and like maybe go back to that neighborhood in New Jersey that you held hostage, and like just maybe
Apologize
just
to them.
just start there. Just
Build them a new
Start.
water tower or something.
yeah, build a new water tower.
The
I
least
knew-
you could do.
I knew you did not like Wanda, but I didn't realize that it. I mean,
Oh, it
you've
runs
got
deep.
you.
No, like I'm telling you, like there's a pocket of black Twitter that we just hate Wanda because you're just like, yo, this is it's a Karen. It's super Karen, like flat out. Like, yeah, I'm gonna
Karen vision.
Yeah, she goes all the way to Africa and just like, oh, I could help, but I'm sad. I'm on my eat, pray, love shit, and then it's just like I'm not gonna help out at all. I'm just gonna sit here and be sad and be sad that my vibrator with muscles is dead, and just like, God, man, it's so frustrating.
Well,
and,
it's going to be interesting to see what he brings to this because Jeff Loveness, who wrote Quantumania, penned the previous draft of Kang Dynasty. And so I wonder if he's coming in to clean up the Kang? I don't know.
Punch it up or something.
Something. So it'll be interesting to see. Neither Kang Dynasty nor Secret Wars have directors attached. Waldron's hiring suggests a unified vision for both films. I think it's a good idea to have somebody there to, say, I'm keeping track of the timelines, everything. Don't worry, I got this.
I think they need a little less of someone saying things have to all go this certain way, and someone that just says stuff happened there, so it would affect things over here. Someone to kind of just keep the timeline and the events cohesive versus trying to force them all together in a way, and that's, I don't know. I don't even know if what I'm saying makes sense. I don't have.
Where does giant celestial head coming out of the ocean fall into that?
Yeah, when are we
people
going to
talking
talk
about
about this?
It's
Nobody
like,
even
when
mentions
do
that.
we talk about that? No one mentions that. Like,
just
yo,
curious. It's like, oh, a giant
Yeah,
head just
see?
popped out of the ocean, and a hand too.
That's
Well,
Don't worry about,
Pass
don't
the
even
butter.
worry about the
That's what I'm
devastating effects that
talking
it's
about.
got to have on the ocean biology.
But
Yeah.
but think about everything that's happened in the 616 MCU. All right.
Giant head out of ocean, Carrie. Come on.
I mean,
somebody.
with
have
all
had
the stuff
more-
that's happening.
We have had more emphasis on the refinished Statue of Liberty than we have ever had about the
Yep.
giant head and
Well,
hand coming out of
so-
the ocean.
so
That's
the
because
giant-
it's right there in front of you. The head in hand is somewhere far away that we don't
and it does
see.
have Captain America's shield, Rebecca. I mean, come on.
The giant head and hand should be the Krakoa for when they introduce the mutants. That's
oh,
what
maybe
it
that's
is.
why they haven't touched
I'm
it.
totally in.
Let's do it.
yeah,
Come on.
I'm not.
And-
I'm not mad at. I'm not mad
Well-
at that at all.
And there was a period of time in the Avengers comic where they were living in a frozen celestial that was up at the North Pole.
The Avengers are still there.
Are they
It's
still
Avengers-
there?
They call it Avengers Mountain is what they refer to it as.
Yeah,
cool.
and it's a celestial that they're living inside of.
So are we just going to let Disney and Feige roll with the movie universe being 616 now? Because it's definitely not. That's not.
Yeah, Iman
616.
Vellani came in and said she's like, I'm gonna let him think that.
It's just, but for like definition's sake, how are we going to tell them different? Like 616
I mean,
movies,
it's technically, what is it,
616
1999 is the movie universe,
Okay.
which they referenced in Across the Universe when Miguel was talking about, don't even get me started on Doctor Strange and that Spider-Corp
Right.
from 1999.
Okay.
But it has been that in some form of canon for a number of years. Like if you look at different Marvel universes, it's been that for probably a good 10 years at this point.
1999, 99.
99.
Okay.
I need someone smarter than me to keep track
Yeah,
of it.
this
Maybe
is, this
it's,
is a lot. I was
Maybe
just
it's the-
gonna ask.
yeah.
I think there's.
You're welcome. I'm here to help.
I know that was
you,
that was
Rob.
solid. That was solid.
Yeah.
I appreciate you, Rob. I think we missed out. Just real quick, I got to touch back on Wanda because I think what would have been really good was at the end of like maybe an Avengers movie. You know how they do the deleted scene or like the post credit scene. I need a post credit scene of Wanda in Wakanda calling Shield because the Wakandans they're barbecuing and they don't have a permit. Like I just think that's what.
Wanda in Wakanda.
Yeah.
There's a
Wanda.
big
Miniseries in there
going
right
on.
there. Just Wanda in Wakanda.
Wanda in Wakanda. There's a show. I'll
Coming
watch
soon to
that.
Disney Plus.
Yep.
She's like, "Hello, Coulson." Yeah, they don't
I'm
have
sorry,
a
Agent
permit.
Coulson isn't available right now. Can you please
Yeah.
leave a message?
Sorry.
Agent Coulson is a robot now. Please leave a message.
Oh, he is, isn't he? That's right. And speaking of Spider-Man, as it was brought up, Tom, I love this story. Because you're Tom Holland, you're Spider-Man.
We've all felt like that.
Everyone is saying, because these Spider-Man movies made so much goddamn money. Everyone is saying, "Come on, let's do another one. Let's do another one." Well, in a recent interview, he
What are you doing, Rebecca?
I don't know, man. I'm just trying to figure out StreamYard.
in a recent interview, here's what he said about returning to be Spider-Man. He says, "All I can say is that we have been actively engaging in conversations about what it could potentially look like for a fourth rendition of my character. Whether or not we can find a way to do justice to the character is another thing. I feel very protective over Spider-Man. I feel very, very lucky that we were able to work on a franchise that got better with each movie, that got more successful with each movie, which I think is really rare. I want to protect his legacy, so I won't make another one for the sake of just making another one. It'll have to be worth the while of the character." Boom. I love
like
that
that.
statement.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a good statement. He's like, "I don't need to do this shit."
But what I,
I
think
got
he's
Zendaya.
what I think he's saying is, and this is just me reading between the lines, and I could be completely wrong. He doesn't like what Sony is doing with the Spider-Verse. He only wants to work with Marvel.
You mean he doesn't? He's not a fan of the bad villain movies?
Yeah, it's like he wants to fight Jared
take.
Leto. You don't want to
He's like,
fight
"Please
Jared
do not-
Leto?
Please do not put me in the same room as Jared Leto.
Yeah.
But can you blame him? I mean, let's look at. I mean, Sony has done decent Spider-Man movies, but they took a massively better turn once Marvel was like, "We have a notebook of stuff that you could probably throw into this and make it a little better.
Yeah.
Try this." And oh my God, we got a great Spider-Man movie out of it, and then another one, and then another one.
Now, Egg is being surprisingly cynical for Egg. He says, "Oh, it's just about more money. He wants more money."
Facts.
I don't know.
My grandpappy had a great quote that says, "What's 99 answers to 100 questions? Money."
But also, I don't know. I feel like, and this is purely conjecture on my part, I feel like he went through like a bit of a personal crisis because like he stopped
did.
drinking after he filmed that one movie. And I don't know. I just kind of feel like he has gone through like some kind of personal growth, and it's more.
I think
just
that's
about
got
money.
I think that's got a lot to do with it, and I think Zendaya has been a good influence on him as well. I think that
Perfect, an angel
she's
on this
part of it.
earth.
Because I've seen his arc. I mean, I did the panel with him at FanX some time ago, and I thought I was a crappy host, but it turned out he had been out all night drinking and was hung the fuck over.
Oh.
I thought it was me, so I brought my energy down to match his, and it was a whole thing. But and then it was shortly after that. It was a few months after that he announced he was going to stop drinking, and I've noticed a change in him. So anyway, all right, there we go. I don't know how to take this next story or not. I don't know whether this is good or bad. But Willem Dafoe says I'm in Beetlejuice too.
He's playing Beetlejuice's grandpa.
No, I wish.
Tony,
He doesn't need the makeup.
He is playing.
Thank you, Jay. Thank you.
Sure, thank you. He is playing a former B-movie action star working as a police officer in the afterlife in Beetlejuice 2.
So Eric Roberts.
Maybe. He says, I haven't seen any footage yet, but it was fun to do. I play a police officer in the afterlife, so I'm a dead person. And in life, I was a B-movie action star, but I had an accident, and that's what sent me to the other side. But because of my skills, I became a detective character in the afterlife, so that's my job.
My skills? I wasn't an actual detective, but I played
But
one
they made
in the
me one.
movies.
Yeah. But it's colored by the fact of who I was when I was alive, a B-movie action star. So
That could be fun.
So some photos came out this week of Willem Dafoe. He's on the cover of GQ Italia for Men of the Year 2023.
he lives in Italy, yeah.
And I just want to show you some of the photos. Here's the cover
What year was
Look
that
at-
taken in?
this year, Men of the Year 2023, Tony.
What? Is
Look
he
how
wearing?
high
Is
his
that
pants are.
Yeah, that's what
That's
I'm
okay.
saying. He
Don't
looks
worry,
like he stepped out of the
Tony.
1920s.
That looks like something
Tony,
Bowie would
don't-
wear.
Hey, don't worry, it gets better.
Oh,
Because
yes.
here he is.
Oh, my.
Here he is.
Settle
Lex
down.
Luthor look.
Settle down.
That's his Russian, his 1960s Russian look.
Wow.
That's his David Byrne big suit look.
Don't worry, there's more. Here he is.
Oh,
It's Popeye.
A very dapper man.
he is Popeye. Yeah. Good
I love
heavens.
it so much.
And also here he is as a house.
Nah, man, you gotta chill, man. No, man, this is crazy.
That's too much.
Going
All right.
I'm
And
sorry.
Here he
Sorry.
is in a box.
Barishnikov.
Okay.
Where you cannot
for-
put him. You cannot put him in a box.
put him in a box.
It's not baby. Oh, that's a corner. Never mind.
That's a corner.
For a visual, for this is because this is for people that aren't watching this, which you should be on YouTube. But go back to the house one. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, let's discuss.
I-
This man,
yeah.
this man has a one story rancher on top of his head through to where the front door should be. He's got somebody's diorama on. This is not a good look.
Okay, well,
Wait, I was
Jay,
looking
let
for
me.
that. Okay.
Let's switch places. Let's say the photographer is taking pictures of you for GQ, and he brings
GQ
you
Italia Men of the Year. What are
And he-
you wearing?
and he brings you the house head. Do you say no? I would say
All
no.
right. As a
Well, if he
man,
goes
as
for
a
the
man that
David
had
Byrne look, he
a,
goes, "This is not my beautiful house."
as a young kid that had a GQ subscription when I was 13, I agree with you, Carrie.
You'd say no, right?
I
I mean, look at that face. This is not his beautiful house.
Wow, this what is going?
It's going to be my new.
I love Willem Dafoe.
This
photo
he's
shoots.
leaning into
We
the
all love
weird,
him.
just
He-
like we talked about.
He
Leans
crushes
into the
every single
weird.
photo shoot he does.
Even as Popeye.
Even as Popeye. The Popeye picture was really something. And these are all, these are all Italian designers, and so what
I'm just wondering how they got that big old dong of his in those pants.
Oh,
Excuse me?
Those are roomy. Those are roomy.
Wait, I'm sorry,
I don't know. Willem Dafoe. Hey,
guess he's
before the
hiding-
break, before we get to the after party, I'll find the video. Man's hanging some massive dong.
Really?
Oh yeah,
Wow.
like an impressive, like quite impressive.
here we go.
He's hiding a summer sausage, huh?
I got some Willem Dafoe for you.
It's all right. Go back to sleep. Judas and I are talking.
Yeah.
That's all right.
Judas and I are talking. It's all right. That's from the one Jesus movie that I saw. All right. I like my superheroes Marvel. I'm sorry. Make mine Marvel. Anyway. This is the final story, and this is, I guess that, pushing back against David Zaslav is working.
Let's continue to do it.
Because earlier in the week, I'm a subscriber to HBO Max, and I got an email announcing what's coming to the platform and what's leaving. And I saw Looney Tunes on the list. And I nearly freaked out. Because I was like, you're pulling all the Looney Tunes off of Max?
What?
How dare you? Haven't you learned? Exactly. Thank you.
Zaslav season.
Yes. But then it was like the next day they sent out a revised email and it was not on the list anymore. And then they finally had to make a statement saying, no, we heard you. Okay. We're not removing Looney Tunes from Max.
Don't hate us.
Yeah, exactly.
Because, I mean, we all have our little go-tos, but if I've got like 10 minutes to kill,
Yeah.
I'll hit my Looney Tune shuffle button on my Max subscription, and I'll see Looney Tunes I haven't seen since I was a little whippersnapper, and I just enjoy it. It's just a wonderful thing. Don't take my Looney Tunes, David Zaslav. Don't even think about it.
They were just trying to remove the offensive ones, and they got them all in one sweep. Oops, we hit the wrong button. We're sorry.
Oops, all Looney Tunes.
I didn't realize how many like cat and mouse characters that they had. I thought it was just Sylvester, but they had a ton of them.
Yeah.
Anyway.
Sylvester and Penelope are the only two that I can think of.
Oh, there's a bunch of them. And there were more of that Buzzard. Remember Beaky Buzzard? Mm-hmm. I only remember just like one or two cartoons, but then I hit shuffle and I saw one that I had never seen before. I was surprised. Huh. Anyway, all right. What did we consume this week? Let's get to it. Who goes first?
I can go first and tell you
Oh,
about.
I
the
want
new
the review.
releases. Before I talk about those movies, there's new Doctor Who, and once I got over seeing David Tennant in 4K, great. So that's a spicy Doctor Who. Like that's the stuff, woke Doctor Who, but that's okay.
Is back.
He's
what he tried to
say. He never left.
I never left. Don't call it a comeback.
Don't call it a comeback. But he's back with Donna. Not my favorite companion, but I love her very much.
Okay.
And if you like classic Doctor Who, but if you like Russell T Davies Doctor Who, David Tennant Doctor Who,
modern classic. Yeah.
this is it. It feels like 2005 again.
Yeah, I
was
would have.
Sorry.
I was going to say I would have preferred a different companion than Donna Noble, but she was probably my least favorite of all the Doctor Who companions.
Really?
Yeah.
You liked her even less than Martha?
Yeah.
Martha was a solid
Yeah.
choice.
I was just say
Martha's great. Martha's
I
great.
didn't
I'm just
hate
saying
Martha.
she's not at the top of everyone's list.
I would have taken Rose over her. I would have taken any of them actually.
Mickey? Would you take Mickey over?
Which
over
one's
Rose?
Mickey?
Rose's boyfriend. Occasional boyfriend, off and on again.
Off and on boyfriend.
Sure.
Tony doesn't even know.
He doesn't know what you're talking about.
I just thought she was a really annoying character most of the time, but She felt very
Interesting.
Karen-y.
Interesting. Okay.
That's I'm going to get a lot of hate for that. Oh, well.
Yeah, you are. I watched the new Netflix movie. I've been eagerly awaiting this movie, December. It's got Natalie Portman and Julianne Moore in it, and it's pretty loosely based on the Mary Kay Letourneau story, and it follows the couple like 24 years after the initial incident of, when she hooked up with a 7th grader. And Natalie Portman is playing an actress playing her in a movie. So she asks Julianne Moore's character, hey, can I like come live with you, or like come just like shadow you for like a week and kind of, learn more about you as a person and understand you and, so I can put it into my character. And I gave it a surprising 5 stars because it's a spicy movie. Like it's so it's so well made. I think a lot of like maybe novice cinephiles are going to be like, oh, this is really silly, because they make some music choices in the movie that make it feel like you're watching a Lifetime movie. But that's very intentional, because the director's trying to portray the sense of drama that surrounds this family. And Charles Melton, you know him as Reggie from Riverdale. I wish Lee was here. And but if he does not get a supporting actor Oscar, like what are we even doing? He pulls out the performance of a lifetime in this movie. Anyway, highly recommend May, December on Netflix. And then I also went to go see Godzilla -1. That's a spicy Godzilla.
I've been reading some reviews for this thing, and people are really saying it's a good movie.
It's fantastic. So it takes place immediately after World War II, and it follows a failed kamikaze pilot, and so there's a lot of personal drama. So there's a lot of like PTSD war drama surrounding him and a lot of people who are also involved with World War II. And not only that, but the dishonor that comes from being a failed kamikaze pilot in Japan.
Wow.
It's extremely good, and Godzilla's there. And something I love about Godzilla is he's always gonna look super silly, but I don't really care because he's doing what Godzilla do. The absolute destruction that he causes is insane. It's produced by what is it? Toro Japan, that does Toho, that so it has the vibes of a classic Godzilla movie. And so if you are a fan of the classic Godzilla movies, you're absolutely going to love this. My friend thought it was a little too melodramatic for him, but I thought it was fantastic. It was one of the more bad movie-going experiences I had, because someone did bring a baby, and someone was on his phone and sniffing and coughing up a storm next to me during the whole movie. And Beyonce, the new Beyonce movie, was coming through the walls too.
Oh, wow.
But
Quite the experience.
But now here's my next question about this movie is that they're making a big deal of the fact that it was made for only $15 million.
Can we talk about how
the
American Hollywood movie system is a money laundering scheme?
Let's get into it. Let's go. Let's go.
You can. So Godzilla, the effects on Godzilla himself, you can kind of tell made for $15 million, but at the end of the day, I don't think it really mattered, because most of the effect, there's a lot of like really practical and like set effects that are super stunning to watch. But the fact that it's made for like $15 million, like I think it looked, what's going on here in America? What are we doing? Right? Like we need to reevaluate the way that we're spending our Hollywood dollars. And it'll make it back easy. The movie ruled.
I'm sure this weekend it's made it back.
And then anytime the classic Godzilla theme played, I was in my seat like fist pumping, right? And they did the thing too that like when we in America make a Godzilla movie, we make Godzilla our friend, right? And we're like rooting for Godzilla. Not in this movie. Godzilla's a villain.
Yeah.
And by the end of the movie, I was like, I feel patriotic for Japan. Am I allowed to feel this way?
Sure.
But
Why not?
but they set it up for a sequel. I don't know if they're going to do a sequel. But yeah, I thought this movie ruled.
The director of this movie said he wants to make a Star Wars movie. So I wonder if Lucas is listening, you know?
And he'll do it for
If he
cheap.
made a Star Wars movie, it would be great because this movie, it was a lot of, I keep comparing it to like American made Godzilla movies, but like the thing about a lot of the most recent Godzilla movies we've had is there's not enough space for character growth and development. Whereas in this movie, there's a lot of scenes that focus exclusively on this guy and this little family that he's created and his life that he's trying to live while also facing PTSD from coming back from World War II. Like there's a lot of really good space for character growth and character development that also is intercut with Godzilla go rawr rawr, you know? And I thought it was really, and trust me, I was crying. Oh, I was crying at the end. Like, cause there's a moment where you're like, I swear to God, if XYZ happens, I am going to sob. And I was sobbing. So
what do you
Rebecca,
get? What,
just
I think
really quick,
yeah.
really quick. Sarah saw it yesterday, and I asked her
Did
about
she
it
like
last
it?
night. She loved it. I mean, she was raving about it, and she said it also brought her to tears a couple of times as well.
wow.
Yeah, it's good. It's a very Japanese movie. So like if you're used to, cause it's all subtitled, right? So if you're not like familiar with international films, I think you will maybe struggle a little bit with it. But overall, I think it's fantastic. I think I gave it 4.5 out of 5.
Oh,
I think
there
that's
you
what I
go.
gave it. Yeah.
Impressive. All right. Who's next?
I'll go next.
I can go.
Okay.
Jake can
Jay
go.
Whitaker.
Yeah. Sorry, Tony. I'm just really
good.
feeling like sharing with today.
You have the floor.
So I was a little sad to see there was no Invincible, but I did manage to check out Monarch. Monarch is on Apple TV, just to piggyback off of little Godzilla chat, and I'm in.
Me too.
You know, I was like, this is fun. You know, I was gonna like, oh, should I watch the last couple Godzillas and Skull Islands to catch up because it's been a while, and I was just like, no, let's just hop right in. And this movie takes you through it. We get John Goodman being John Goodman for just a little bit.
Yeah.
And then we got some cool little just a little drama, but like it was fun, but also scary. It was scary, and I was like, ooh, this is scary.
That lead girl in the show, I think she'd be perfect to play Psylocke in an X-Men movie.
I think she'd be perfect to play anything. I'm sorry that she's very talented.
She's very
and,
talented, but
very
I'd love her to
talented,
be.
and
Yeah.
also she's just very strikingly beautiful. That's one of you ever see somebody so fine you just like, hey, look, can you come back in 15 minutes? Let me get my shit togetder. Like,
I wasn't prepared for this.
yeah, I was not prepared.
Yeah.
Like she's very, very, very. She's very pretty.
Well, I mean, the whole cast is good.
The whole
and
cast is
it's
good.
great seeing Wyatt Russell and Kurt Russell because
Yes.
in the fourth
you see the scene?
episode,
You saw the scene?
they do a what do they call it? A fade or
Transition.
something? A transition from from father to son or son to father, and it's striking how much they look alike.
See, I haven't got that far yet, but like, if you're on the fence, just I'll give you like the first 5 minutes. You see John Goodman giving a goodbye video or whatever, and he's racing to throw this film away, and then all of a sudden he's walking out, and which, by the way, Carrie, you saw that he was running. He's running away from this like 20-foot arachnid that's chasing him, right? A 20-foot
Big Daddy
spider.
long leg kind of thing.
Yeah, and he's running towards the ocean, and then he gets very shocked that there's a cliff, and then there's the ocean. You saw that? Like, Carrie, did you see that? He's like, what?
Whoa.
Why is
What did
there
I
an
do?
ocean?
It's got no situational
so-
awareness.
I've been on this island for so long, I forgot about the
Right,
ocean.
and then this I was like, all right, so he's surprised to see the cliff, but did no situational awareness for John Goodman. Turns out he was walking on top of a 20-foot crustacean hermit crab.
Yeah.
And so all of a sudden, this crab and this arachnid, they start fighting each other. So we got monsters in the first 3 minutes. Let's go. Okay.
Yeah.
Thank you. So check out Monarch. You're gonna love that. For All Mankind still continues
Yes.
to be Tony, and you guys were so like pushing that on me, and I love it. It's just it's good cinema. It's good television. New Rick
that
and
Ronald?
Morty.
Yes. Oh, Jay, you're saying all the things I love.
New Rick and Morty. Like we're in a great time of Rick and Morty. I don't notice the voice changes, and I don't care.
It's
Yeah,
better
okay.
now that Justin Roiland's gone.
It's 100% just fine. And the fact that they had a Rick and Morty Quatu episode was just like,
Open your mouth.
God, that was so annoying,
No, it
though.
was fantastic.
Gotta tell you, that was so aggravating.
I loved it.
I loved it so much.
I loved it so
I was like, oh,
much.
you got Total Recall in my Rick and Morty. I love it.
A documentary that we all like. Everyone. Okay, I know this is sports ball, but going back to 2021, this shit is phenomenal. BS High, Bishop Sycamore High.
I heard
You
about
have to
this.
watch.
Yeah.
Yeah, so this was a sporting event. Like this was a fake high school that had like D1 athletes, which top level football players, and this con artist put together this ragtag team of football misfits, and they played like the best team in the country on ESPN and got absolutely manhandled, bamboozled, horndoggled, Godzilla. Just they got
Horndoggled. I love it.
yeah. They got Wakanda Wanda from like all around. It was so bad that it made front page news for a while. So check out that documentary, and I think you'll love it. What else did I get? Hold on. I can't remember this other shit, man. I got a lot of shit going on. All right,
All right, that's fine. We can go. Robert, Quad,
Sure.
T,
This
Tony?
is mostly because I have. I'll go because I have physical media here just for Rebecca.
Again, with the
Whoa.
props.
Again.
This guy.
Neverwhere. I've been intermingling this with my Trevor
this is-
Noah reading.
Extra
Oh.
good for
And-
Rebecca because she's a huge Neil Gaiman fan.
Oh, yeah,
and,
just.
and I had not read it.
biggest.
Tried reading it a while before and just never got through it. So I've gone back to it, and I'm having a great time reading it. And it's Neil Gaiman, and it's just fun. I've also been watching Monarch,
Yes.
and we've watched the new episode last night, and lovely,
I'll say.
lovely, lovely.
for Monarch to build up, and then I'll binge it all.
So good.
we were going to do that, but
What are you
my
talking
wife
about? I
couldn't.
just
My
built
wife
it
couldn't
up.
wait. She wanted to watch it.
What?
Yeah.
How many episodes have they got out for now?
This is the
4,
fourth
5?
episode.
4?
So it was
Okay.
they dropped 2 originally. You got 1 early for Thanksgiving, and then last night's episode.
Nice.
What are you talking about? Like, Rebecca just watched it. It's how much
I'm letting it.
situational awareness do you need?
I'm letting it build up because I will because here's the deal is I am for this show in particular I am going to forget. I will catch up and then new episodes are going to drop and then I'm going to forget.
Well, they have a last time on thing at the beginning.
Well,
of
it's
every
not that I'm going to
episode,
forget what
so-
happened. I'm going to forget to watch it because
Oh,
it's
I
on
see.
because it's on Apple TV, an app I never use.
Just make a spreadsheet. You'll be fine.
All right.
A couple of comic things. Going back to actual media. Steelwork. So this was written by Michael Dorn from Star Trek: The Next Generation.
Hey.
6-issue miniseries on John Henry Irons, who's part of the Superman family in Metropolis.
Steel.
And it's been pretty good. I mean, it's not. You can tell it's initial work, and you can tell that he's had some people kind of going in, helping him with stuff. But it's been a fun read, and it ties into all the stuff going on currently in the Superman comics. So you see some familiar faces. It's not just Superman flies in and flies out. There's ongoing drama that the super family has to deal with, and that's fun. But then there's also Luke Cage
what's this?
Gang War. So this is coming out of Marvel's Marvel. When Wilson fixed the Kingpin was the mayor, he put a law into act that costume superheroes are no longer allowed in New York, which is where all of them are.
Yeah, that's the mecca
Exactly.
of heroes.
So in the absence of them being able to operate in New York, all of the bad guys, like even just street level thugs, are just running amok. And now Luke Cage is the mayor of New York, and he's running up against the I can't send superheroes in to clean this up. And this issue, he's kind of faced with a situation where
Is that
he
a
goes
parking
to
meter?
try and clean one up.
In his hand?
Pardon me?
Is that a parking
It is a parking meter.
As
Yes,
a
it
club?
is.
That's awesome.
Yeah, because he's about to whoop some ass. And one of the police officers is like, Mr. Mayor, I cannot allow you to do that. He's like, you're gonna let these guys get away and shoot me just to uphold this law. It's like, it's the law, sir. And I'm like, wow. So the writing on this is actually pretty solid. So I do recommend that.
Who's the writer on this?
The writer is Rodney Barnes.
Okay. All right.
And it's a little different than some of the other solo Cage titles that I've read, like by David Walker or by the Ewings. But this is, I'm enjoying it. I'm curious to see where I'm not a big event guy with Marvel or DC anymore. It's like, give me something or just give me a trade of it.
Yeah.
But I'm curious to see where this goes because I can see some repercussions for actual 616 New York coming out of this.
Yeah. Okay. Well, now I got to catch up on that. Oh,
Well, this is only the first issue. I think there's the first issue of this. There's an issue of Spider-Woman that's out, and I think it all started in Spider-Man. So you're only 3 issues out.
I imagine Daredevil will show up eventually. I don't know. Okay.
I believe so.
All right. Let's see, Tony.
Well, Rick and Morty, like Jay said, fantastic this season.
Open your mind.
Aggravating. Oh my God.
It's so damn funny.
We started and actually caught up to the latest episode of Fargo this season, and that's been really
Oh, that's
interesting
what I
so
watched, yeah.
far. Yeah, Fargo's been really cool so far. Seen John Hamm as just a
I was just about to ask about him.
bad guy. Yeah, he is.
Yeah.
He's kind of scary
So-
in this show.
Not just a bad guy, but a naked in a outdoor hot tub with a cowboy hat and his nipples pierced bad guy. It's
Yep. Does
With-
He's
my
got his
moist-
nipples
Oh
pierced?
yeah, he's got
Nipples pierced,
he's got,
both of them.
Horseshoes.
Both of them?
Yeah. Does my moist repose bother you during this
Yeah,
conversation?
my moist-
You know?
and he's got it and has his and then rinses himself, dries himself off with his own towel with his face. Is his face on the towel? Like it's some
It's
It's
a
some
campaign
megalomaniac-
billboard on a towel.
Yeah.
And he,
Yeah.
yeah. So yeah, that's been really cool so far. And then I finished up the Control DLC that ties into Alan Wake. So I'm going to
okay.
start Alan Wake 2, and that was really cool. Highly recommend that if you haven't, if you're into that universe of stuff. And then what was the other? I hit on that. Oh, comic books. I've been reading. Where's that at? Death Metal. Dark Knight's Death Metal.
Oh, yeah.
And
I remember seeing those action figures. Yeah.
It's pretty cool. So it's basically this is like the epilogue series to the Dark Knight Metal, I believe was what that series was called. And this is kind of what happens afterwards. And there's some Watchmen tie-in. There's some
Okay.
There's some basically what would happen if a Batman from an alternate universe just decided I'm gonna be the Joker now, kind of a thing. And
Oh, yeah.
yeah, it's pretty dang cool. So I recommend that. It's Grant Morrison, Scott Snyder, those guys that usually deliver pretty good stuff.
Yeah. All right. Well, let's see. Monarch, of course, I've been watching this week. I watched. I'm halfway through it. I haven't finished it yet because it's kind of long. They call it an Indiana Jones documentary, but it's really a Harrison Ford documentary, really on Disney Plus. And so look for it. It's right there in the banner as it's going by. But it's fascinating to see the development of that franchise and to watch Harrison Ford, his first acting role on TV in a Love American style. It's a fascinating watch. I'll finish it and let you know about it next week. We lost Shane McGowan of the Pogues this week, and I was reminded that there's a documentary about him called Crock of Gold. It's on Amazon Prime. Do not watch it unless you want to be depressed, because it's kind of a sad story, Shane McGowan. He's an interesting guy. I'll put it that way. He apparently got in a fight with Kiefer Sutherland. That's...
Which, if you've seen any 24, he will lose. Kiefer
Yeah.
Sutherland always wins.
There's only 2 seasons of it, and it's kind of incomplete, but I watched Loudermilk. And I only bring it up because Will Sasso should be a bigger star than he is.
Agreed.
Really should.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
He is extremely talented. And I went to the comic book store, and that reminds me, I want to thank Mr. Andrew for leaving this in my hold. Bottle of wine. So thank you for leaving that in my hold.
Funny.
But why?
Just because, I think.
Oh,
People leave things in my hold. But here's the deal. We're going to go to the Patreon feature here in a moment, geekshowgotthiscovered.com, and we're going to have an opening party. I bought some stuff.
oh, an unboxing?
And we're going to do an unboxing on the other side in the secret party. So join us for the after party, geekshowgotthiscovered.com. It's unboxing. I know those are very popular, so I can't wait.
They're a thing people like.
All right. So we got that coming up. It's all about Spider-Man 2 and games, I imagine.
Yeah.
All right.
Check out the sales going on before Christmas. Buy something that looks fun and
Tony,
do some reviews. Read some
Can you tell me
reviews
more
before
about this other game? My friend PJ is trying to get me to play this game. It's
Which one?
it's the one. He's gonna kill me. I can't remember what it's called because he listens to the show.
He's
Where
screaming it right now in his car.
you are, it's like a random number generated like horror type game, and you and a bunch of other people are like, oh my god, he's gonna kill me. Never
Are you
mind.
playing different movie characters and you're trying?
Dead by
7 Days to-
Daylight?
No,
Or-
it's I'm seeing a lot of like clips on TikTok of this game.
Phantasmagoria or something
No,
like
that's
that?
Phasmophobia.
Phasmophobia, yeah.
Never mind. He's gonna kill me.
All right. Jay?
Hey, real quick, I did want to say what I consumed. I forgot.
Lethal Company.
It's-
Lethal Company. Lethal Company.
Okay, there
I
it is.
haven't
Lethal
ever played
Company.
that.
Oh,
Yeah, I
somebody,
don't know.
somebody said Deadly Company, but I've been on a New Balance running shoes kick lately.
Oh, yeah?
Oh no,
And,
Jay! No.
No, like I was very
Come
hesitant.
back to us.
Yeah, I was very hesitant, but I gotta say, as I get older, man, these shoes is comfortable as hell, bro.
I was going to say, your next step is you're going to start buying calf-high socks and wear khaki shorts with your New Balance shoes.
Jay?
Wait a minute.
How
does
do you
this-
know
does
what
this
I'm
count as
wearing?
appropriation? This count as reverse appropriation?
Could be.
That's white guy appropriation.
Jay?
Middle-aged white guy.
Jay? Compression socks. I'm just going to drop that right there. Compression socks.
Okay.
You'll thank me. All right.
So is this like Shatner telling Stewart to wear hose when riding a horse?
Yep.
Exactly.
No, like, okay, so back in the 2010s, like, yeah, for a long time, New Balance was always the token, like, dad, white guy shoe. It's New Balance is having a moment, all right? Like, they got some good colorways, man. Like, and this shit is comfortable.
All right.
And
you,
I do
Andrew.
want to recommend this. I do
All
want to
right.
recommend this because I sent, and I believe Rob, I think I sent you this, but I'm gonna recommend this audiobook. Yeah, to get things back on track culturally. My culture is not your costume. Who said? Oh my god!
That's Andrew.
Yeah, no, that's fine. That's fine. I'll take that. But listen, in order to balance, I know there are people of color that listen to this show. I would like to recommend an audio book that is entitled "Self-Care for Black Men: 100 Ways to Heal and Liberate." Get the book, but listen to it on audio. Man, this brother is talking to you. So I know if you are an ally and want to, and maybe know someone that is trying to, just, you can find it on Spotify. It's solid. Like, I'm telling you, it's a really good book. It's a really good book.
Cool.
Take care of yourself.
All right. We're going to head to the after party now, and y'all can join us if you'd like at geekshowgotthiscovered.com. Join the Patreon. Yeah,
Yep.
There's more of this coming up. And thanks for being here. Live long and prosper, bitches.
I'm pushing
Push
the
button,
button.
Frank.
I'm pushing it.